Hey everyone, Jake here for American Trucks, and in this video we're taking a look at the rugged heavy-duty grill guard fitting 2020 and newer Silverado 2500s and 3500s. Whether it's additional protection you're looking for or just some classic truck-y style, this grill guard will deliver the aesthetic and function you're looking for, all for a reasonable price. Now this is a full grill guard, as you can see, and it's going to wrap around the edges of the fenders as well, providing you with full coverage of the front end. So it's going to provide you excellent protection and coverage should you really need to put it to use. However, it also isn't going to compromise on function. Now obviously you've still got open access to the hood, and your headlights won't be obscured either. And the center section here is this nice open mesh design, which is going to allow plenty of airflow through the grill into your engine. Now you also get two mounting brackets right here in the center included in case you'd like to mount additional lighting. The central uprights here are also flat on the outer edges, so if you need to use this as a bit of a push bar, you've got the provisions to do that. Now I think this brings a bit of that classic farm truck style to the new gen Silverado, and it really works well with the styling too, in my opinion. Now of course that is subjective, but there is no denying that this is going to make the front end look that much more serious and work focused, and you've got some additional functionality to boot without compromising your truck in the process. This grill guard is constructed from steel. You get 2.24 inch diameter, 16 gauge cold rolled mandrel bent mild steel, while the rest of this is made from 5/16 inch thick HRPO steel. Now what that means is that the steel has been acid dipped before being used to remove impurities. And everything is finished off in this nice gloss black powder coating, so you've got another layer of protection against corrosion. Plus, gloss black just looks really nice on these trucks, especially if you're going for that blacked out look with your build. Pricing for this one comes in at about $1,000, which makes it a reasonably affordable option for a full grill guard, which is great considering you're still getting really solid construction. Now this doesn't have a lot of fancy features like a hitch or a built-in winch mount, so the price does reflect that. But if you're looking for a grill guard that can handle some abuse and look good without spending your entire budget, this is going to be a great choice for you. Installation will get a 2 out of 3 on our difficulty meter and should take you about 2 hours to complete. Now this is a direct bolt-on part that doesn't require you to make any modifications to your truck. However, this is a bit cumbersome given the size, and it does require some assembly. I had to put a few pieces together to get it up here. So I would highly recommend you get a friend to help you out with this for the sake of safety and just making your life a little bit easier. With that though, let's head on out to the shop. We'll walk you through the assembly and installation process.
For this install, you need a 3/8 impact, 3/8 and 1/4 ratchet, a T15 socket, 3/8 extension, 19, 18, 17, 15 swivel, 13, 10, 7 and 6mm Allen socket, a 19, 18 and 17mm wrench, a clip removal tool, and a magnet. All right, today we're going to be installing a grill guard onto our Silverado, so let's get started. All right, what we need to do is we need to release our handle for our hood release. There are two T15 screws, so we're gonna grab a ratchet and a socket and take them out. All right, slide the handle off and put it aside. All right, now we have to get our plastic radiator cover out of the way. There are 9 push clips that go all the way around. So we're gonna grab our clip removal tool. All right, now that all the clips are up, we're just going to lift straight up. Put this aside. All right, now we're going to go into the wheel well and pull back our liner. There are 6 T15 screws holding it in, also 1 push clip at the top. All right, and now we just have our push clip at the top of the wheel liner. All right, now we're just gonna take our wheel liner and just fold it back behind our tire. All right, now we just need to carefully pull our trim back to about here just to access our 7mm bolt that's underneath. All right, now we're just gonna grab our ratchet and take our 7mm bolt out. All right, now what we're gonna do here is we are going to take our painted trim piece off. What we're gonna do is we're gonna start here, work our way up, and then we'll come on the other side and pull the other side out of its locking pins. All right, now we can just repeat that same process for the other side. All right, now to remove our front grille, we need to take our 4 10mm bolts out of the top of the grille. All right, now we're gonna come to the lower part of the grille and take a 10mm bolt out of the bottom. You can just do the same thing on the other side. All right, now to take our front grille off, first thing we need to do is lift up gently on the top, release it out of its locking tabs, and then we'll work our way down, releasing all of the tabs that hold it in. All right, now that we have our grille off, what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove our front bumper. So we have 4 18mm bolts on the top, and then we have 2 15mm bolts underneath behind. So we're gonna grab our impact gun, extension, and sockets and take them off. All right, now we have 2 18mm bolts on either side of the front bumper. We have one right here, and then one down here. You'll see it pretty far down, so you're gonna need a long extension. So we're gonna grab our impact and 18mm socket, take these 2 off. Now the one down there is pretty hard to grab. So what I'm gonna do is get a magnet and just pull that up. All right, you can go ahead and take the 2 out of the other side now. All right, now we're on the underside of the truck, on the back side of the bumper. We have a 15mm bolt on the bracket here on either side. So we're gonna grab our impact and 15mm swivel and take that out. All right, now you go ahead and take the other bolt out of the other side. All right, now we can remove our front bumper. All right, now we just need to remove our tow hook. So we're gonna grab our impact and 18mm socket and an 18mm wrench and take our 2 bolts out that hold it in. All right, you can do the same thing for the other tow hook. All right, now we're gonna install our brackets. We have 2 on either side. Just make sure you have the right ones. They are labeled D for driver's side. So we're gonna have our outside bracket go like that. Our inside will go like that and it'll connect together. First, we're gonna get our bolt plates and put them on the inside of the frame here. And get our brackets in place. I'm gonna grab 2 of our flat washers and lock washers and just thread them on. Same thing over here. All right, and we're gonna grab one of our larger bolts with our larger washers, put that through, another washer on the other side, and then a locking nut. All right, now we can go ahead and start tightening them down. We're gonna grab our impact and 17mm socket and tighten our 4 nuts for our nut plates. All right, now we're gonna switch to our 18mm socket and a 19mm wrench and tighten our bottom bolt. All right, now you can repeat those same steps for the other side. All right, now we're gonna attach our 2 brackets for our bumper. They attach to the back onto the 3rd bolt in from either side. It's gonna attach like so and go forward out the bumper. So we're gonna grab our impact and 13mm socket, take that bolt out. Take our bolt out, put our bracket over, then reinstall our bolt. All right, do the same thing for the other side. All right, now we can reinstall our bumper. Just make sure you slide it over the new brackets we just installed. All right, now we're gonna come to the underside of our bumper and reinstall our 15mm bolt. We're gonna grab our impact and 15mm swivel. All right, and do the same thing on the other side. All right, now we're gonna reinstall our bolts up top. We have our one here. And then we're gonna use our magnet, put the one in down low. All right, we'll grab our impact and 18mm socket and tighten them down. All right, you can reinstall the other two on the driver's side also. All right, now we're gonna reinstall our grille. All right, now we'll reinstall all of our 10mm bolts. All right, we're gonna install our 10mm bolt at the bottom of the grille. Grab a ratchet and 10mm socket. All right, you can do the same thing on the other side. All right, now we're gonna install our 4 10mm bolts across the top. All right, and while we're here, we can put our plastic trim back on and then reinstall all of our push clips. All right, and then we also have our hood release handle. Just slide that back over and reinstall our 2 T15 screws. All right, now we're just gonna reinstall our headlight trim. Just pull our fender flare back, get it into place. All right, we're gonna pull our fender flare back and reinstall our 7mm bolt with our ratchet and socket. We can snap our fender flare back into place. All right, then we can reinstall our screws for our wheel liner. All right, we'll reinstall our T15 screws in our fender liner. Grab our ratchet and socket and tighten them down. All right, now you just repeat the same steps for the other side for the headlight trim. All right, now we're gonna install our next bracket. That's gonna attach to the bracket that we put on the frame. Make sure you have the right side again. It says D for driver's side. We're going to go on the underside. We're gonna grab 2 of our bolts with flat washers, put them through the top. And then on the bottom, another washer, and then our locking nut. All right, now we're gonna take our impact, 19mm socket, and 18mm wrench, and tighten them down. All right, now you gotta do the same thing on the other side. All right, now we're gonna start assembling our grille guard together. What we're gonna need is a second set of hands just to help us because it is a little awkward getting all the pieces together. So the main grille, the main frame, and the side wings that go over the headlights all go together with the same bolts. So there's 4 bolts that hold all this together. There are Allen bolts. They're gonna be an Allen bolt, washer on the back side, and then our locking nut on each of those spots. And then the same thing for our lower bar at the bottom. There's 2 Allen bolts that hold it on the other side. All right, now we can start assembling it together. We're gonna put this side wing or headlight cover over first. Put our bolts through. All right, now that we got the passenger side assembled, you can go ahead and do the same thing on the driver's side. All right, now we have our lower support bar to go on. There are 2 holes at the bottom. We're gonna use the same Allen bolts. So it's gonna line up in the place inside. Put our Allen bolts with our flat washers through. And same thing on the backside, flat washer and our locking nut. All right, you do the same thing on the other side. All right, now we're gonna install our grill guard onto our truck, onto the brackets that we already installed. Our lower bracket will have our 2 larger hex bolts. Top bracket will have our 1 smaller one. Same thing, flat washer on either side, and then our locking nut. The bottom bracket will go on the inside of the grill guard. Our top bracket will mount onto the outside. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and start tightening down our brackets first. So we have our 2 main bolts for our bracket down here. So we have our impact 18mm socket and a 19mm wrench on the nut. Tighten it down. All right, now we have our top bracket here. It's our impact 17mm socket and a 17mm wrench. All right, now we're gonna start tightening all of our Allen bolts. We're gonna start at the bottom here. We have our impact and 6mm Allen socket and a 17mm wrench. All right, and then we just have the 4 up top here. All right, now you just go ahead and repeat the same thing on the other side. If you need to, loosen up and tighten some bolts to make any adjustments you might need. All right, and that wraps up our install of our rugged heavy-duty grill guard for a 2020 and newer Silverado 2500 HD. And remember, for everything Silverado, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.